I'm Sonia Das, your host for the day. On behalf of the entire World Medical Council and on my personal behalf, I'm honored to extend a warm welcome to all of you present here today. World Medical Council is a non-profit organization designed for the continuous and conscious development of the medical industry. The Council works to spread the message of healthy living in our community through its strategic alliances and helps advance every facet of the medical industry and reflect its unique perspective to our society. To know a little bit more about World Medical Council, let's watch a small video presentation.
Greenwich 151432.
Yeah, this is Greenwich. Go ahead.
Inbound 81-year-old female patient with severe onset of shortness of breath on exertion.
The modern healthcare industry is divided into many subsectors, depending on the multifaceted teams of trained professionals and paraprofessionals to meet the health needs of our world. From physicians to surgeons, paramedical officers to pharmacists, nurses to managers, administrators to underwriters to medical malpractice attorneys, marketeers to investors and shareholders of for-profit services, all contribute to this fastest growing industry. These professionals provide the best healthcare services for us from primary to secondary and tertiary levels. To improve access, coverage and the quality of health services, World Medical Council, WMC, a non-profit organization designed for the continuous and conscious development of the medical industry, has been initiated. Our aim is to support the field of medicine while developing a close-knit relationship among different medical associations and their related departments. World Medical Council aims to function at local, national and international level to spread the message of healthy living in our community through its strategic alliances and help advance every facet of the medical industry and reflect its unique perspective to our society. So what does it take to be a WMCN? Absolutely nothing. World Medical Council needs healthcare professionals to come together and contribute towards the advancement of the medical community and help us serve the world. As an associate, World Medical Council will open for you a complete new world with a wide array of opportunities. Through WMC, contribute your share towards the development aid, volunteer, and help support the delivery and financing of healthcare services among large segments of the population. World Medical Council invites you to associate with us and spread the message of healthy living. Because together we can.
And now, to give the presidential address, we have with us the President of the World Medical Council and Chairman of Mulk Healthcare Group. He is the President of World Medical Council and Chairman of Mulk Healthcare Enterprises. Global Hawk Imaging and Diagnostics, RNS Diagnostics and Imaging, Vital Signs Clinics and Pharmacies, Mulk Influx HR and Mulk Medical Supplies. He is considered as the pioneer of teleradiology in this region, whose brainchild company, Global Hawk Telemedicine, Teleradiology with IT solutions of RIS, Mulk Digitizers and Mulk Viewers products installed globally in major hospitals and medical centers, revolutionized the healthcare industry. His runaway success of Global Hawk Telemedicine encouraged him to start the chain of Global Hawk Imaging and Diagnostic Centers, which eventually led him to numerous accolades and international awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Nawab Shafiul Mulk, please.
Thank you so much for a lovely invite. I've been associated with Sohan Bhai last 2 years. My first year, when he asked me to become the president of World Medical Council, I was skeptical. I said, buddy, keep me out of this. I've got enough going on at the moment. And he says, no, I think this is something very special. The second year was completely his personal persuasive tactics who forced me to continue as the president of World Medical Council, and I'm completely enjoying it. But having said this, I think probably I would like first to tell all the dignitaries, the guests, the ladies and gentlemen, my friends, World Medical Council is a brainchild, I think probably of Sohanbai. It goes without saying. And also MedBiz TV Solutions. It's a world TV channel which he offered me a couple of years back and said, listen, this is huge. This is humongous. We do this right. I think we connect the world fraternity on the same platform, on one platform. I was fascinated with this idea. He says, yes, this seems to be a very good idea, and I think we should look into it properly. World Medical Council, to talk very briefly in front of the very unique awardees here, the guys who had been instrumental to be the successful institutes, the HR persons here. I would say very clearly, World Medical Council has its own unique platform, very diverse platform here, which promotes and encourages the activities of medical professionals across the globe. They connect across the globe in different activities ranging from multiple ongoing medical conferences, huge database which is available on the TV solutions. We got a lot of activities going on at the moment here. The only unfortunate thing here is I think probably a lot of people are not aware what is happening around the World Medical Council, because I think probably it's a non-profit organization. So it's not purely based on commercial numericals. So people like me who's a business entrepreneur, unfortunately, wouldn't understand the numerical value of WMC. But I would say I've enjoyed this 1 year tenure with Sohanbai, and I think he is very personally, and I could never say no to him. I've never said no to him for anything. So I think going forward, this recognition which Sohanbai thought about it is each department and in the institutes or medical institutes has own importance. So let's take, for example, HR. In my opinion, in the last 23 years I've been in UAE, the maximum weightage or the importance I've given is to the HR guy. He has been very close to my heart. Because this is the guy who has literally dictated what are the human resources are going to come into your institute. Because this is the guy who is getting the winning combination to make sure either you are a winning or the successful enterprise are also ran. Because HR, in my opinion, with due respect to all of you people around here, is the fundamental basic value which you bring to the institute. I think as a COC over here, very, very renowned from RAC Hospital, Dr. Raza Siddiq, I think he will not disagree with me. I think the HR which dictate the value of enterprise. Today, I think I'm probably in the Forbes last 3 years consecutive Forbes richest man. It doesn't really value to me, but I think the guys who really made it happen is the HR people, because they got the winning combination on board. So ultimately, I think irrespective of whatever you turn around, you look at the whole equation, it's the HR, the man who brings you the winning combination, to make it either the winning combination or also ran. So in my opinion, I think WMC is doing a humongous job to appreciate human resources people. I think they have all the rights and they deserve the right credentials here. I always tell during my meetings, I think I have a very consistent meeting profile in my institute. Every week, thrice we meet, and I always tell these guys, your chain is as strong as your weak link. If you really understand what I'm trying to tell you is, every institute has a weak link. It's the HR ability to form the winning combination and try to overcome that weakness in your company. Because when you overcome that weakness of that small, see, you have already selected a man. He's there in your company for 6 months. Let's say the probation period is over. You are stuck with him. Now what you do? You try to overcome his weakness. And when you can overcome that weakness, you sustain. You try to substantiate, probably somewhere along he has his strength. That way you become the winning combination. So in my opinion, is the HR team building combination which ultimately dictate either you're a winning combination or also a very mediocre enterprise in any part of the world. In my opinion, this is what I feel about HR. So I was very with Dr. Sohan Roy, with Mr. Sohan Roy, he's saying that like HR has to be credited for that. So going forward, I think I want to say very briefly about WMC. It's a very unique and very diverse platform supported by MedBiz TV, which brings the medical professions on the same platform. A lot of activities going on right now. We conduct regular conferences, workshops, seminars. There are activities which can create that kind of a comradeship among the medical professions to be on the same platform. So I won't have agreed to Sohan Bhai for the second year unless I'm enjoying and feeling that I could contribute something back to WMC. We have been very passionately with your spirit and with your guests, identifying the people who are very important in in the medical council and also in the medical fraternity. All I can say more is every department in institutes have its own role. We need to identify who is important and give the credit here. This is a program from WMC to make sure we recognize this value of the people. And going forward, I would say we would be encouraging just not the HR, the admin people, and also probably whatever you people could advise us and suggest us to go forward. So I would say in the end, WMC is a very vibrant community. It has a lot of professionals on the same board, and we could probably get together and create a more stronger platform. And with this, I would say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope we can bring some value to WMC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Sohan Roy, Vice President of World Medical Council and Founder, Chairman and CEO of ARIS Group to address the gathering. A creative designer by profession and a visionary by action, Sohan Roy is an accomplished performance-driven entrepreneur, poet, lyricist, producer, and a proven leader who has been credited with pioneering innovations in movie, media, maritime, and medical industries. His first directorial Hollywood venture, Dam 999, was a thought-provoking movie on dams and its effect on human life. The movie was well appreciated and found its place in many national and international film circuits. The movie also garnered 5 Oscar selections in 3 categories, including Best Picture, Original Song, and Original Score. He is also the founder-director of Concept Indiewood, the US $10 billion project to elevate the Indian film industry at par with Hollywood, author of Anukavyam, and founder-chairman and CEO of Ares Group of Companies. So I request you to kindly address the gathering. A round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, good evening to all. Right now you are sitting in a research institute. AIMRI is a research institute, and this is our permanent venue for this kind of non-profit making organizations events. This is run by a group of engineers. You must be surprising what is the role of engineers in the medical community. Medical community got no borders because every individual in this world is a part of medical industry. You all work for common man or a general, for every individual in this world, including yourself. But every technology, every equipment, every system, what you are using today in the medical industry, it was designed or it was developed by a group of engineers, maybe 5 years, 10 years before, in a research institute, something like this. Here also the same thing is happening. In 2013, we designed this concept, how to integrate the entire medical world. It is something not like WHO or something, because WHO got its own limitations. Every country got its several medical organizations, including government bodies, but those are all limited to that particular boundary of that country. But today, the world is going to merge, especially in the medical field. We don't have any borders for medical issues. And also, the world is moving towards a blockchain concept. So our vision is to bring the entire thing under this medical blockchain. For that, what we need is the data inclusion. Every individual in this world should have a unique ID. All their medical records, everything should be under one umbrella. It should be able to be shared. You should not get confused. No doctor should get confused about the history of the patient, wherever he works. So there is no border for the professionals also. Same time, to get the best medical services, every medical professional, not only the doctors, every individual, every medical professional, they should be well trained. Their knowledge should be well upgraded. Because every day, the information, the technology, everything is changing. You cannot use the methods or procedures what you are using today, or 10 years back what you were using, you cannot, it's not applicable today. So everything is changing. So you need to be updated. There are several conferences, world conferences happening in the medical field, but unfortunately these conferences are limited to limited inside 4 walls to few people. Our first aim was to open those 4 walls. That's why we started with the MediBiz TV concept, where we started tying up with the various medical conferences. We started covering all these events, and we made sure that this content is available worldwide to every professional working in the medical sector. Today, these medical contents are available, but unfortunately, there is no CME programs other than for the doctors in certain countries. There is no in-house upgradation of knowledge for the medical professionals. Actually, it's the responsibility of the HR department. That's why we started with, because to improve the efficiency, to make this industry a perfect one, because when the industry is quality increases or the efficiency increases, end of the day, it is benefited by every individual in this world. So to have a better medical world in tomorrow, we need to upgrade the human resources in the working in the medical sector. So today we are starting that revolution. How to improvise the qualities of people working in the sector. So it should start from the very beginning, from the moment an individual is going to an academy. So we need to make sure the quality of the education is perfect, the quality of selecting the students to the academy should be perfect. Then once they are passing out, once you people start taking these people to the institute, they should be well filtered. No unwanted element should enter the industry. The current issues, if you have the certificates, anyone can work anywhere. No quality check, because there are several limitations for HR departments also to dig the history of the individual. The professional history we cannot dig. But our vision is to have a system where the efficiency of each individual, efficiency cover everything, their performance, their quality, their knowledge, everything covers. You won't believe, in our company, Aries Group, we are working in 16 countries, almost 50 companies under Aries Group. Last 55 years, we have developed a system, an efficiency management system we developed successfully. We are running. We know the efficiency of each and every individual who is working in our organization. 5 years back, we were working in a different scenario, just like what is happening in present medical industry. The HR department, if there is a requirement, the information go to the HR department. HR department will take some information from the net or somewhere from the database. With the CV, where their experience, they recommend people. But end of the day, the people, the departments who take these individuals are not happy with the selection process. So either HR department should merge with the operational department. Otherwise, HR department should have a blockchain concept where every information, including the information, the history is available about the individual. So, Medical Council is starting with a new concept. How to? Because it's a global accreditation procedure we are starting with. We are starting with a temporary accreditation for every individual. We will make sure we will find out the feedback from the industry, feedback from the end users, that is basically the patients, or from the institutions where they worked. We make sure once we get good report about this individual, we start giving the temporary accreditation. For the next 3 years, how they perform in the industry, that we will take from the HR departments of those areas where they are working. Once there is no confusions in their performance, after proper verification, we will make it as a permanent accreditation. So once they have this accreditation number, it is very easy for the HR department to make sure that their selection, they can choose people from the database of any system, but they can make sure that this particular individual is having a proper accreditation. Whether his history is well verified, he will behave professionally in the industry, he will not make a damage or drain hole for your organization in any way. So this is our vision. So today we will discuss about how we can implement it, because we need ideas from your side. It's a new concept we are developing. Every information or every idea from your side will add a lot of value into this one. We need to make this database, we need your support also, because you need to give us a list, okay, who are the real professionals in the industry, how they perform in your organization. You can provide, you can contribute. So let us start from here, and you be the brand ambassadors for this new concept. Let the world change from this nation, because UAE has given us the bread and butter. It is our responsibility to make sure that the first change should happen in this country, and with the support of all these organizations, because today almost 30 major organizations, almost all the major organizations in medical organization, in institutions in UAE, they are participating. That is a good sign. Not even a single organization where we approached, they said no. They are all here. And thank you very much for your precious time to come and attend this event. And now this drive, so far we came with our efforts, but now onwards we need to move together, because we are not from the medical side. But so what all the drain holes you need to highlight, you need to tell us, so that we can design, we can make this blockchain concept we can design it in a better way. Anyway, we have already developed the softwares, the tools, everything required to make this blockchain happen. Thank you very much.
Our chief guest is here today, and he is the famous UAE writer and chairman of Unipex International Dubai. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to welcome Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim. A round of applause, please. I request you, sir, to kindly join us on the dais and speak a few words.
who comes from Dubai, he should be a bit late because of the traffic, which was not organized for my past life. I go my home, in between my home and office, there's more than 6 minutes. Anyhow, let's assume that I came out from my home. It's a virtual question, and we're going to reach to an actual answer. I just dropped out, and someone came and asked me, how many fingers in your right hand? Do you think I need to count them? No. But I think I need to think something else. If you ask me, how are your fingers? How are your 5 fingers? Obviously, I find 4 of them together, one is alone. On the other hand, these 4 can't do anything without this. That means this is education, this is health. Thank you.
And next, I would like to welcome the new General Secretary of WMC, Dr. Vinod Thambi, who is the CEO of Ahalya Hospital and will be taking charge from May 1st. So let us welcome Dr. Vinod Thambi to the dais. Sir.
CEO and founder of Aries Group of Concerns, Mr. S.K. Sohan Roy, ladies, gentlemen, dignitaries and luminaries here. We have an excellent concept of awarding professional excellence to HR, which is many a time in the back office. Even a medical professional or other person who joins an institution for 10 years, he sees the HR professionals at the time of his joining, after his training, probation at 3 months, 6 months, annual leave, sick leave, benefits. So where is life in between? I am a professor of neurology. I am from Trivandrum in the Kerala Medical Education Service, properly graduated with MBBS, MD Internal Medicine, DM Neurology, Masters in Hospital Administration and PhD. And therefore, when I took up the position of administration from the desk of Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, Chairman of Apollo Hospitals in Chennai, and I was posted in Dhaka, he said, a lot of Indians are working there. You remember, HR means human resources to human remains. Then I asked, why sir it is so? You are in a different country. Resources and recruitment will be there. There may be death also happening. That means when you are posted overseas, you have to bother a little bit about the death and deceased also, human remains. So with this word of transmission from Dr. P.C. Reddy, I would just expand HR. We write human resources. H stands for human, as you know. It should be humane also, H-U-M-A-N-E. In the medical field, it should be holistic. It should be healthy. It should be happy. In a country where you have a ministry for happiness, H should also be our. That means with a measure of time. R, we see for resources. It should be for recruitment. It should be for revenue. It should be rights, rules, responsibilities, and reprimanding. So only if the correct combination of H and R works in an institution, whether it is a small medical center or a big multi-speciality hospital or a medical conglomerate or a medical university, will be able to fulfill at least 90 to 95% of all the requirements what we require. Now last, after due diligence, we induct people, we train the people. Still there may be some elements of discrepancy and which we are not able to digest. It is not bad work. We have 2 songs in Hindi. Ye kya hua, kaise hua, kab hua, kyun hua. We have to answer. I did the correct screening. I did the correct CV. I gave the correct salary. I gave the proper training also. Put him in the correct specialty. Gave a good head of the department. But then there is an answer to it. Bade bade shehron mein aise choti choti baatein hoti rehti hain. Thank you.